Picture an ordinary summer day. People are walking through the streets of a big city. Planes draw white lines across the sky. Cars sit in traffic. Candles burn in a cafe. And now, picture that someone pressed a stopwatch, and for 5 short seconds, every bit of oxygen vanished from the planet. Not just from your lungs, all of it. From the air, from stone, from water, from the concrete under your feet. Just 5 seconds. It seems like nothing. A person can hold their breath for a minute. What terrible thing could happen in 5 seconds? As it turns out, those 5 seconds would be the end of the world as we know it. And now you'll understand why. We're used to thinking about oxygen simply. It's the gas we breathe. There's about 21% of it in the air. Without it, we lose consciousness, but not instantly. Yet oxygen is far more than breathing. It's the busiest builder on the planet. It's bound to almost everything around us. It hides in water, in rock, in the walls of our houses. It holds together the very matter our civilization is built from. And the moment it disappears, even for an instant, the invisible framework of the world begins to collapse. Let's live through these 5 seconds together, second by second, and you'll see that the catastrophe begins at once. Second one, fire. Any flame is a reaction of a substance with oxygen. No oxygen, no combustion. In that very instant, every campfire, candle, and gas stove on the planet goes out. But that's trivial compared to the main thing. Above us, tens of thousands of planes are flying through the sky. A jet engine works only because it burns fuel in a stream of air. Oxygen vanishes, and every turbine stalls at the same moment. All over the world, millions of car engines fall silent mid-drive. Power plants that burn gas and coal stop in a single second. Fire, which humans tamed hundreds of thousands of years ago, disappears from the face of the earth. And this is only the start of our countdown. Second 2. Look at the sky. It's growing dark. The daytime sky is blue for a reason. Air molecules scatter sunlight, and a soft blue glow reaches us. When the composition of the atmosphere changes sharply, the scattering weakens. The sky overhead grows dimmer, as if someone turned down the light. But it's not only the sky that will darken. High above us, there's a thin layer of a special gas. It's ozone, and it's made of that same oxygen. This layer is our shield against the sun's harsh radiation. Without oxygen, it evaporates instantly. And now, ultraviolet hammers the surface at full force. Every person on the beach gets a ferocious sunburn in a matter of moments. Second 3. Now the blow lands on our bodies directly. Oxygen made up 1/5 of all the air. It's gone, and atmospheric pressure instantly drops by about 21%. For our body, it's as if we were thrown up to an altitude of 2 kilometers in a fraction of a second. The eardrums can't adjust to such a jump. In every person on the planet, the inner ear is damaged in a single instant. Sharp pain, ringing, loss of balance. Billions of people clutch their heads at once. The air around has turned thin, alien, and hostile. And yet, only 3 seconds of our count have passed. But the most destructive part is still ahead. Second 4. The Earth starts to collapse, literally. Take ordinary metal. On its surface, there's always the thinnest film of oxide. That's metal joined with oxygen. This film keeps parts from sticking together for good. Take away the oxygen, and the film disappears. Bare metal touching bare metal welds together instantly. This phenomenon is real. It's called cold welding. But something else is scarier. The concrete our cities are built from also holds together thanks to oxygen. In its structure, oxygen binds everything into one. Without it, concrete loses its strength and begins to crumble into dust. Skyscrapers, bridges, overpasses, dams. Everything humans raised from stone and concrete turns into crumbling sand. Second 5. And here comes the last, most incredible blow. Water. Oceans, rivers, rain, the moisture in every living cell. Water is hydrogen and oxygen. By mass, oxygen makes up almost 9/10 of it. Take it away, and all that's left of water is hydrogen. And hydrogen under ordinary conditions is a gas that takes up thousands of times more space. A huge part of all the planet's oceans is ready to turn into gas in a single instant. But even that isn't the limit. The very ground beneath our feet is almost half oxygen. By mass, the Earth's crust is 45% made of it. Stone, sand, mountains, continents, all of it holds together on oxygen bonds. Without oxygen, the soil literally slips out from under our feet and sinks. And now the 5 seconds are up. Someone pressed the stopwatch again. Oxygen returns to its places, into all the air of the planet at once. You'd think salvation had come. But this too is no mercy. It's a new catastrophe, because over those seconds, a colossal amount of pure hydrogen was released. From the water that broke apart, from the bonds that were torn. And hydrogen and oxygen together are an explosive mixture. A single spark is enough for them to join in a blast, and the return of oxygen becomes not a breath of air, but a flash across the entire planet. The world that fell in 5 seconds gets no second chance to breathe calmly. It meets the return of life with a new wave of fire. And here's what's especially astonishing in this story. There was once almost no oxygen on Earth. For the first few billion years, the planet lived entirely without it. The air was different, and life as it is now would have suffocated in it. And then tiny creatures in the ancient ocean learned to release it. They filled the atmosphere with oxygen slowly, generation after generation. It took hundreds of millions of years of patient work. Oxygen soaked into the water, bound itself to stone, rose into the sky. It rebuilt the entire planet to suit itself, from top to bottom. And only then did life as we know it become possible. So the world around us is the result of oxygen's work. It didn't just fill the emptiness, it built our home. And to mentally take it away for 5 seconds is to take that home apart down to its foundations. Of course, all of this is a thought experiment. No force is capable of switching off oxygen with a snap of the fingers. It's just a game of the mind, pushed to its limit. But it's exactly in this game that a real discovery hides. We're used to thinking of oxygen as something simple and obvious, an ordinary gas from a textbook. We remember it only when we're short of air. Yet all this time it does far more than feed our lungs. It holds together stones and cities. It guards us from the sun with its invisible shield. It binds the water that all living things are made of. It literally holds the shape of our world together. So it turns out that the most fragile support of our civilization is the very thing we never even notice. Invisible, without taste or smell. Oxygen proved to be not just breath, but the glue that holds reality together. We build skyscrapers and consider ourselves the masters of the planet. But it's enough to remove one invisible link for just 5 seconds, and all that grandeur crumbles into dust. Maybe the true power of nature lies not in thunder and lightning, but in the quiet, unnoticed bonds on which everything stands. And the strongest thing in our world rests on the most elusive one. It's worth remembering that as you take your next breath. If this thought caught you, write in the comments which other thought experiment you'd like to see in the next video. What will disappear in our imagination this time? And if you love stories on the edge of science and mystery, come join our Telegram channel. There we post material that doesn't make it onto this channel and the boldest guesses about how our world is really put together. Breathe easy. As long as oxygen is in its place, the world holds together.